So, we got ourselves another Patreon request. I've got a few I need to get to at some point when I'm not too busy, but this one really stuck out to me. This comes from Christopher Rosa, who basically asked me, like, the loose idea is kind of like take the concept of Halloween Kills, of angry mobs going after a killer, and put that with either Joker or Carnage. Well, I kind of thought about more and more, and it kind of mutated into this fun idea, which I call Maximum Carnage 2. Maximum Carnage 2 is this idea that just mothballed while I was at work, obviously, and it just kind of, like, mutated into this. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do this. If you would like a Patreon request, just go to my Patreon in the link below, and join the 4th tier, and you guys not only get to ask me requests to do for videos here on YouTube, but also you get to check out some exclusive content. There'll be a new video coming out today. Actually, I'm going to be recording that as of this recording right after this video, so stay tuned for that. It's a new non-comic lineup. Anyway, so let's talk about Maximum Carnage 2. Now, for reference, this is actually going to take place in the current Spider-Man timeline. So we have Ben Reilly, who is the current Spider-Man, working for the Beyond Corporation, and Peter is out of commission due to a battle with the UFOs. So here we go. So this is a story of... Maximum Carnage is already a bonkers story, so I need to out-bonk it. I need to bring the bonk for this one. And the Beyond Corporation basically is like, look, if we want to keep our ratings up with our new Spider-Man, because people are like, that's not our Spider-Man, and people are like kind of leery about it, they think the best way they can do this is to have Spider-Man compete against a villain that has brought so much pain and destruction that people would have to really support this Spider-Man. And look no further than Carnage. The problem is that Carnage is, well, dead. Carnage is kind of dead right now. So what they do is, using technology that was taken from Doctor Doom's time platform, they grab the Carnage from Maximum Carnage from that from that past and bring him to the future. And exactly what point? It's the point where Casty was just blasted the fuck out of by that hope machine created by Deathlock. So he's already, like, out of his fucking mind already. He's already out of his gourd already. So they just unleash Carnage, literally, onto New York. And people are already pissed off to begin with, because now Carnage is tearing ass through the city, and most people are angry about it, that it's, again, Carnage is back for the umpteenth time, and he's just killing people. The problem is that there's one person kind of inciting the more of a riot. That person is a young boy who actually bore witness to the first Maximum Carnage event. A boy, if you guys have read the comic, then you'll know that there were two boys about to be thrown off the roof by their mother who was affected by Shriek. And this kid, Bobby, grew up, and more or less he got a job as a butcher, and then when he saw Carnage again and again keep coming back, he was like, no more Carnage. And he's inciting a riot. Not only that, the media is blaring out like they're giving more power to the mob. If you're wondering which social media group is probably doing that, I'll give you a hint. Its name rhymes with Box News. I don't think I need to say more, because we all know they would be the ones to incite a riot. Moving on. Anyway, so the news media outlets are more or less galvanizing these regular people to go on a hunt for Carnage. Meanwhile, Carnage, who's out of his goddamn gourd, more so than usual, and in the future, he's already like, I know I die, but maybe I can change my fate. He runs into Shriek again. Shriek hooks up with him. But they don't have, like, Carry On. They don't have the others, so they basically go around recruiting other villains, like the Spot, to this new Carnage crew. And meanwhile, Ben Reilly is tasked with fighting Carnage. The problem is that he's kind of dealing with his own mental trauma, because he kind of remembers what happened to him the last time he fought Carnage. Spider Carnage. And that's fucked him up a bit. But he goes to Peter and is like, look, I dealt with Carnage, you've dealt with Carnage, maybe we should just kill him. And Peter's like, no, if you want to be Spider-Man, you can't kill him. You know you're wrong. You know this is wrong. And Ben's like, you're right, I'm going to bring him in. I don't know how he's back, because he doesn't know that his own the Beyond Corporation brought him back, but he's going to be like, I need to bring him back. Done by the books. That can't be said for the new Venom, Dylan Brock, who, while his dad is out in space, Dylan is like, I've had enough of Carnage. I am so sick of him. And when he finds out that this is the Carnage from the past, he's basically like, let's kill him, and then Null will still be asleep. You know, Null will never have come to Earth and caused the King in Black event. And we wouldn't have had absolute carnage if we kill him now. Like, we could just erase that time. We can just erase all of that. And he's like, but then there's also the chance. Ben brings up the point, like, you may not be born. Yeah. So they have to. So more or less, they got to team up with new groups. And there's no Civil War moment. Like the heroes fight each other. It's more like we're all kind of in a hesitant alliance. We all got our own points. Like the Punisher shows up, who, by the way, I've put the Punisher in here because it always felt weird because of all the characters who you'd think would be in a group of people looking to kill Carnage, Punisher would be in that group. Not this weird-ass group of Deathlock, Nightwatch, and Morbius, and other 90s characters. Anyway, so the new Iron Fist is among them. Elektra, who's also Daredevil, who's the new Daredevil, is among them all. And they're all kind of like talking among themselves because now they've realized this is because the Beyond Corporation's cover story is, look, we were testing a new time portal thing to look into the past. Then Carnage jumped through ours, so this is the Carnage from the past. So Ben, who's like basically tells the other heroes, look, I hate this guy. You have no idea what he's done to me, but we can't kill him. Not just because like killing is wrong. Looking at you, Frank. We have to do this because this might damage the timeline. And meanwhile, there are angry mobs out there who are looking for Carnage as well, not knowing or caring really that this is not the same. This is a Carnage out of time. That doesn't excuse him, but like they don't realize what that might do to the timeline if they kill the past Cletus Cassidy. So, meanwhile, Carnage is out just butchering people, because that's what he does. And he's like listening to all the stuff, his future self. He has learned all the stuff about his future self. He's like, hold on. Are you telling me there was a god, and I was like his Jesus, and like, I was trying to take over the world? Future me sucks. Like, he basically just says, future me was an idiot for, believing in a god of nothingness. Like, there's only one rule. Kill them all and let God sort them out. That's the only god I pray to. So he's kind of like, he's basically like, I don't care, like, if they're, like, about Null or whatever. I just care about my body count. So by this point, Spider-Man and Ben Reilly and the rest of the team are trying to stop the mob because now Shriek's let's go after Shriek because she started another riot. They take her down. The riots are still going on because Shriek's like, this ain't me. This ain't me. This is literally like social media. This is everything. Just brought all this hatred and venom. I didn't do shit. I didn't I didn't have to use my powers at all. I've been weakened, dumbass. This is just literally the world you live in now. Have fun. So, yeah. So, by the end of it all, Dylan and Ben managed, in the classic book, basically go 1-on-2 with Carnage and take him down. But then Dylan's like, I gotta kill him. I have to kill him. You don't know what he's done to my family. He's like, I have a good idea of what he's done. And Ben just talks Dylan off a ledge because he's like, you're not your dad. You're not Eddie. You can be better. You can be better than Eddie. So they throw him back to the past, and he ends up in the lake where he comes out of at the end of Maximum Carnage to face Peter and Eddie in the final part of Maximum Carnage. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my take on There is my Maximum Carnage 2 story. What did you guys think of it? Just comment below, let me know. I want to thank Christopher Rosa for giving me the basic outline for this Patreon request. I hope you enjoyed it, Christopher, if you're watching this video. This was completely balls-to-the-wall insane, and I know you basically said, have at it, and boy did I have at it. And as always, if you would like to make a Patreon request, go to my link in the description below, hit the 4th tier, and check out some exclusive content, and send me a private message for a Patreon request that I will do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.